The Great Migration was a vital factor in the development of African American literature in many ways that led to an overall improved life for the migrants. They left the South due to lynchings, discrimination, segregation, denied rights, and a lack of jobs. Most migrators moved to large cities in the North such as New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Detroit. As they settled in communities filled with people of the same race, many found job opportunities which led to an increase in prosperity and overall sophistication. An important outcome of this migration was the Harlem Renaissance, which in return gave positive impact in the development of African American literature. Harlem Renaissance was an African American culture movement of the 1920s and early 1930s after the end of World War I. Renaissance means to be born again, rise, and to be renewed. It can be said as the rebirth of African American culture. So, for the African Americans, it was the time for them, like the poets, writers, and musicians, to speak out what they going through. Thus, it gives the identity to the African American. Inspired by Marcus Garvey, founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, Alan Locke, the author of New Negro, and W.E.B. Du Bois, editor of the Crisis magazine, marked the first time in American history that the white population took notice of the literature of African Americans. The period in which a group of talented black writers produced an extensive, recognizable body of literature. This interest in black heritage coincided with efforts to define an American culture distinct from that of Europe, one that would be characterized by ethnic pluralism. A new kind of nation in which diverse cultures should develop side by side in harmony rather than be melted together or ranked on the scale of evolving civilization. Quicksand, 1928 by Nella Larsen, first African American woman to win a prestigious Guggenheim Fellowship. The writer Larsen explores the struggles and strife involved in being of mixed race in America. One of the greatest novels from the Harlem Renaissance, centering around Helga Crane, who has a white mother and black father. Helga feels the rejection of both her parents, and this sense of rejection and alienation follows her wherever she goes. Helga finds no real means of escape as she struggles to find a way to integrate her mixed ancestry. Result of society not allowing her to be complete, or if her problems due to her own character and racial differences and categorization. Passing, 1929 by Nella Larsen. The setting of this novel mostly set in the Harlem neighborhood of New York City in 1920. The story is about two childhood friends of mixed race African American. The title, Passing, and central theme of the novel refer to the practice of racial passing. Passing means a person classified as a member of one racial group is also accepted as a member of a different racial group. Claire Kendry's passing as white with her white husband, Jack Ballou, who is racist and didn't know that his wife is African American, and her friend Irene also practiced passing as white in order to be accepted in society. The author portrayed of two African American women fighting for acceptance in society and to be treated equally regardless of race in Harlem Renaissance period. Black No More, 1931 by George S. Schuyler. George enlisted in military at the age of 17, serving the all-black U.S. 25th Infantry. He went AWOL due to the response he gave to the systemic racism, but later was captured and imprisoned for 9 months for desertion. Black No More tells about what would happen if black people could be turned into white people. Max Disher undergoes a scientific transformation and becomes a white people named Matthew Fisher. The white people are having trouble in accepting the black people in their society.